Your network hosts are Country Companies Insurance and the nearly 1,000 Country Companies agents in Illinois. And DeKalb Ag Research and the more than 750 local DeKalb dealers supplying Illinois farmers with quality hybrid seed.
In Illinois, we call it March Madness, and you can catch it here at the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana as the 1981 Boys Class AA State Basketball Championship is on the air. Greetings again, everybody. I'm Frank Bissoni, working along with Jim Turpin and the coach at Elmhurst, York, Dick Campbell, and we welcome you to the 74th year of this great statewide championship. Today, we have the Elite Eight, and in the opening of the Elite Eight, we have the tallest player in the state in the first round, also the #1 rated team in the first session. Jim Turpin, this should be a lot of fun.
That'll be a good show, Frank. Thanks a lot. Taking a look now at the two ball games played here this afternoon. They are, look at the brackets, Wheaton Central with a 25-5 record against Effingham. Effingham is 27-3. Then in game number 2, it's Quincy 29-0 against Antioch 23-5. Well, Coach Dick Campbell from Elmhurst, York, the word around the state of Illinois is nobody's going to beat Quincy. You think that's true, or does anybody have a shot here?
Well, those statistics are awesome that Quincy has rung up with their 30-0 record. They're 27 points better than their opposition all year long. But this has sort of been a year of upsets in NCAA play and certainly in high school play, so anything really can happen. This morning, this first two ball games, I think, going to put the two big teams against two very controlled, deliberate teams, and it'll be a contrasting style of play.
Let's concentrate for just a moment, if we can, on this first game, Wheaton Central against Effingham. What do you look for? Can they control the big guy, Uwe Blop? He's certainly got a lot of ink and is one of the nation's most sought-after players.
Well, Wheaton has suffered a real serious blow. George Turner injured a knee. It'll have to have surgery in the next couple days. He's their center at 6'4", and he'll be out of the lineup, and that'll hurt their defense. They're an awfully good defensive team. That's been their strength all year. They're very disciplined ball club offensively. They're going to have their hands full, but they've been doing it before, and they got here with that.
Certainly looking forward to it. 2 games this afternoon and 2 more tonight. We'll be back to interview the opposing coaches in just a little while, but right now, this reminder, one of your network sponsors is DeKalb Ag Research.
You can depend on Otto when the family's away.
And on DeKalb XL 32A.
You can depend on this spot for some really big bass.
And XL 32A to dry fast.
You can depend on this baby to start every day.
And big yields with DeKalb XL 32A.
You get yield plus from DeKalb.
Hello, First Metropolitan Builders. This is Beatrice Lee. My kitchen is a disaster area. I need help. My cabinets are falling apart. I hardly have any counter space. My floor is a mess. Your representative will be here tomorrow. He'll give me a free estimate on remodeling my kitchen. I'll get to choose my cabinets and countertops and the flooring, too. Oh, thank you, First Metropolitan. Just look at my new kitchen. Beautiful new wood cabinets and spacious countertops and durable floor tile. For a free estimate on remodeling your kitchen, call 282-8600. First Metropolitan Builders, one of the Midwest's largest home remodelers. Call First Metropolitan Builders at 282-8600. Credit terms available. Suburbs within 50 miles. Call collect.
We're with the head basketball coach of Wheaton Central, Don McGee. Don, congratulations on getting here in a fine super sectional victory.
Thank you very much. The kids have worked very hard, and I think they're very deserving. We hope we have a good performance today.
Talk about what you're going to do with the injury of your starting center.
Well, we've been the type ball club this year that we've had some other kids injured. These kids work together very well, and I think the other kids are determined that they're going to pick up the slack, and I'm looking for a fine, good game from all of them.
Don, what should the viewers look for from your team in terms of offense and defense?
Well, we're a man-to-man defense, and we play a pretty good brand of defense. We're a pretty good disciplined ball club, and the kids work together very well.
Well, we hope you have a wonderful tournament. Congratulations and have fun.
Thank you very much.
That's Don McGee, the head basketball coach of Wheaton Central. And now we're going to bring in the head man of the Effingham Flaming Hearts, Jim Maxedon, who's here in the Assembly Hall for the second consecutive year. And let's see if Jim's going to join us here. Here he comes now. This is Jim Maxedon, the head coach at Effingham. And Jim, this is getting to be a habit.
Well, we'd like to make this an annual affair. I don't know if we can or not.
Talk about what you'll do differently because Wheaton Central, their starting center is out.
Well, we're going to try to play our ball game. Of course, Wheaton Central might have something to say about that. We're going to have to find out how they're going to play because they may change their total game plan.
What is the Effingham style of play?
Well, we like to adjust to our tempo, which is not a real slow down. It's with a fast break, but a controlled fast break. And we like to play an aggressive defense.
You have 7'2" center Uwe Blopp, and he's an improved basketball player over his appearance here a year ago.
Well, I hope he is. If he hasn't, I haven't done much in the last 12 months, but he's a lot better basketball player. He's stronger. He's a much better player in all phases of the game.
Coach, what would your team have to do to win today in this first round game?
Well, we're going to have to control the tempo of the game and stay out of foul trouble and limit our turnovers.
You had a wonderful super sectional victory. Your team's about at the peak of its game, I imagine.
Well, it is. We do have a few injuries out there, but, you know, at this time of year, we're just happy to be here, and we just want to win the next one.
We congratulate you. Good luck in the tournament.
Thank you.
Jim Maxedon, the head basketball coach of Effingham, and now let's go to the bench and Jim Turpin.
Effingham into this ball game with a season's record of 27-3, and Wheaton Central into the game with a record of 25-5. Effingham, of course, located down in Effingham County. The city population there is 11,000 as contrasted to Wheaton Central. They're located up in DuPage County. The city population there is 40,000. The color guard is about to come onto the Assembly Hall floor here. Dick Campbell, a pretty good crowd on hand for this one. A lot of interest in the chase against the Quincy Blue Devils. Color guard now coming onto the court here. The music today being provided by the New Lenox Lincoln Way band. Charles Stark will be the vocalist when the national anthem is sung. Coming up in just a moment. A look now at the location of the four schools playing in this first two games of this afternoon. In game number one, it's Wheaton Central, located up just west and a bit north of Chicago, against Effingham, the southernmost team in the tournament down in southeastern Illinois. Then in game number two, it'll be Antioch up in the northeastern corner of the state against the Quincy Blue Devils, located in west central Illinois over on the border. We're set now for the introduction of the starting lineups for these two ball clubs. Let's go to announcer Tom Trent.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the people involved in our first quarterfinal game of the day. First, for the Flaming Hearts of Effingham with a record of... With a career record of 398 wins, just 163 losses, Jim Maxiden. Number 11 for Effingham, Todd Arnold. Number 15, Jeff White.
Jeff White, one of the reserves, averaging less than a point a game.
Number 23, Barry Gravenhorst. Number 33, John Luckett. Number 35, Tim Stewart. Number 53, Ted Gravenhorst. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Flaming Hearts of Effingham. At forward, a junior, 6'7", number 55, Kent Geckner.
Kent Geckner into the ball game, averaging 12.7 on the year. A very good rebounder, averaging 9 on the year.
At forward, senior, 6'3", number 51, Don Deeker.
Don Deeker's average is 12.7. Very good rebounder as well.
Before we introduce the Effingham center, we will introduce number 41, Dave Wolfman. Starting at center for the Flaming Hearts, the senior, 7'2", number 45, Uwe Bragg.
Uwe Bragg, his average is 26.7 on the year. He's averaging almost 13 rebounds a game.
Senior, 5'11", number 21, Chuck Keller.
Chuck Keller's average 5.3, 7 rebounds a game.
And the other guard for the Flaming Hearts, the senior, 6 feet tall, number 15, Gail Higgs.
And Gail Higgs averaging 7.3. Very good guard, very good ball handler. The Effingham Flaming Hearts.
And now, the Tigers of Wheaton Central High School with a record of 25 wins, 5 losses. The head coach of the Tigers with a career record of 92 and 70, Don McGee. Number 14 for Wheaton Central, Greg Freeman. Number 21, Steve Stevenson. Number 24, Dave Giordano. Number 25, George Turner. Number 32, Jeff Bakke. Number 34, Bill Reinhardt. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Wheaton Central Tigers. At forward, a senior, 6'4", number 31, Torrey Larson.
Torrey Larson, the team's leading scorer with 14 points a game. Excellent free throw shooter, 80% on the year.
At forward, a senior, 6'1", number 15, Todd Fanning.
Todd Fanning averaging 11.3 and almost 6 rebounds a game.
Starting at center for the Tigers, a senior, 6'3", number 33, Mike Lutzenkirchen.
Lutzenkirchen's average is 7.8 on the year. He, too, is an excellent free thrower, 83%.
At guard, a junior, 6 feet tall, number 15, John Holmes.
John Holmes into the ball game, averaging 3.7. His free throw average is just 70%, and he has an added starter in the ball game because of the center, George Turner, being out of there.
And the other guard, a senior, 6 feet, a half-inch tall, number 22, Guy Unterberg.
Unterberg's average on the year is 7.3. There you have the Wheaton Central Ball Club, 25-5, Effingham 27-3 on the year. Those two going at each other here in game number one. There'll be 4 games today. They're the officials, Jack Razor of Normal and James Went of LaGrange Park. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
The Spirit's a light for all to see. The spirit of the country.
It's people caring enough to carry it through.
It's friendship crossing fences and reaching right out to you.
Reaching right out to you. The Spirit's a light for all to see. The spirit of the country.
The spirit of the country. It's helping when help is needed. It's going out of your way. It's doing more than you have to. That's the spirit you live by. And at Country Companies Insurance, it's the spirit we do business by. With insurance for your life, health, home, auto, farm, or business.
The Spirit's a light for all to see. The spirit of the Country Companies.
The spirit's alive at Country Companies.
That old car is worth money. Call Victory Auto Wreckers at 860-2000 right now for a quote. Victory will buy no matter what condition. They'll pay cash on the spot and tow it away. Beat inflation by fixing up your car. Victory has 7 acres of used parts, starters, transmissions, batteries for all types of cars. Call Victory Auto Wreckers or drive out to 710 East Green in Bensonville near O'Hare.
Game number one, Wheaton Central Tigers against the Flaming Hearts of Effingham. Uwe Blob, tender jump. He's the tallest man on the court. He'll be the tallest man in the tournament. And against him is Corey Larson. The tip is controlled by Effingham. With it is Kent Geckner. Back out front it comes now. That is Chuck Keller. They cross-court the ball to Gale Higgs. They're looking for Uwe underneath. His first shot is up and in along the baseline. Effingham in front 2-0. And the Hearts are in the press.
It's a diamond-and-one press, Jim. They were going to try to force the tempo by doing that.
They get the ball in the corner. Short jumper. That is Lexenperken. He ties it at 2. And the press is on for both teams. Bringing the ball down for Effingham. The 2 guards are Keller and Higgs. With it now is Gale Higgs. Across the line he comes. He is guarded by John Holmes. They lob underneath, but now throw it away, and the ball belongs to Wheaton Central. First turnover in the game.
The defense is the strength of Wheaton, and they got out there in a man-to-man press, and they shook that ball loose the first time down the court, or second time down the court.
They whip the ball in the corner to Fanning. Now deep in the corner it goes to Larson. Back out front to Holmes. Long jumper on the way is up and in. That is Unterberg, and Wheaton Central leads this ball game 4-2.
That was a 2-3 zone with the big guy in there in the middle as the hoop defender.
They look for Uwe underneath. He tries to lay it up there, and he's going to be called. Jump ball is going to be called. Uwe Blob, 7'2", a senior, averaging 26.7 on the year. He led this ball club to a second-place finish in the state tournament last year. And he's jumping against Unterberg, who's a 6-footer.
This is a moment he'll remember in his high school career right here, jumping this.
Basically gets the tip. The tip goes to Wheaton Central. And bringing the ball is Unterberg across the line, and he gives it to Holmes. Back to Unterberg, and Effingham in the zone.
I guess with the lead, Wheaton is wanting to pull him out of that zone right away.
And they're just holding on to it. Trying to pull the Flaming Hearts out of the zone. 4-2 ball game. Wheaton Central leads it. We played a couple of minutes here in the first quarter. Just working around the perimeter now, waiting for Effingham to come out.
Jim Maxedon told me earlier, Jim, that he wanted to be pressed. He wanted the tempo up, and he sure won't like this if he likes up tempo.
It's a 4-2 ball game. Wheaton Central on top and forcing the Effingham Flaming Hearts out of the zone if they can.
They don't have to come out of the zone, Jim. They just have to extend it out on the court and guard with 2 people if Wheaton has 2 people out there.
Yeah, that's about what they're doing. The other 3 big men, Geckner, Deeker, and Blob, are underneath. They're not making much of a move. It's 5:32 to go in the first quarter. Wheaton Central on top 4-2, and they're holding on to it. With it is number 22 is Underberg. 13 is John Holmes. He's started in the ball game because 6'5" George Turner has been injured and not able to play.
Turner will be operated on Tuesday for a ligament tear in the knee.
Long jumper from the corner, up no good. Blocked with the rebound for Effingham, knocked away from him, and he is fouled from behind. Picking up the foul is Todd Fanning.
In the corner of your screen, you may have seen Coach Maxedon. Here's the replay of that last play.
All right, we're back live now. Effingham, the press is on, and the ball is into Geckner. He throws it in the backcourt to Gale Higgs, and Higgs brings it down against Holmes. Goes left, gets the ball in the corner to Geckner. They lob for Blop. Turn around, his shot is blocked from behind. Blocked from behind nicely, and Wheaton Central has it. With it is Todd Fanning. And he gets the ball to Underberg. Across the line he comes.
Effingham isn't at man-to-man now. Last time down, at the end of that possession, Coach Maxedon called his boys out on the court to go man-to-man.
That's Todd Fanning from behind the key, and it's a 6-2 ball game. Wheaton Central in front.
The delay tempo is, of course, only possible if you can get that early lead, and that's what Wheaton's been able to do here.
That is Keller lobbing underneath, going for the layup. It's up and in. That is Don Deeker. Deeker's first basket in the ball game. It's now 6-4 Wheaton Central, leading Effingham. 4:12 to go in the first quarter. Underberg across the line for the Tigers. That is Todd Fanning. They whip it underneath. Nothing develops there. Well, they have some big people along that defensive wall there, do they not, Dick Campbell?
Yes, they do. They're back, very strong in that back line.
There's a shot up and missed by Larson, and the rebound is pulled down by Effingham, and with it is Keller. Deep pass comes to Geckner. He fakes the shot, and now he does take it. He didn't make it. They fight for the rebound, and crashing in there is Gale Higgs, and he picks up the foul. Gale Higgs of Effingham picks up the foul. It'll be Wheaton Central ball to throw in from the side. We'll look at it again.
You'll see him crashing in from that back side, trying to get that offensive rebound position on the weak side. He came over the top. He's coming in on the back side. Clearly a strong foul.
Bringing the ball down for Wheaton Central is John Holmes. He is guarded by Keller. They get the ball in the corner. That is Larson. He's averaging 14 points a ball game. Hasn't scored yet here. They get it to Holmes now. He's open. His shot is missed. And high for the rebound, there's Kent Geckner for Effingham. That is Chuck Keller bringing it down for the Flaming Hearts at the top of the key. Lobs in the corner to Deeker. They look for the big guy Blop, and he is fouled from behind. Boy, he gets in that position, Dick. There's not much they can do about it.
No, that's true. And although they're collapsing on him pretty well, once he's got it, he's going to play above everybody down in there.
Mike Lutzenkirchen picks up the foul. That's his first. It's a 6-4 ball game. Wheaton Central on top. Keller will inbound it. That is Deeker. The Blop turns, hooks it up softly, and made it.
Nice looking big-time hook to that baseline.
6-6 tie now with 3:13 to go in the first period.
You think that someday will be known as a sky hook wherever he goes?
It just may. In the corner with it is Fanning. And he throws the ball away. He thought Holmes was going to break to the basket. Holmes didn't. He threw it behind him out of bounds. And a timeout has been called here with 2:57 to go, and the score tied at 6. One of your network sponsors is DeKalb Bag Research.
Acres of gold keeping America going. Acres of gold keeping the trade winds blowing.
Plant DeKalb hybrids, and you'll harvest acres of gold.
It's a great feeling knowing we've got acres of gold.
Motor Vacations Unlimited salutes the 1981 RV season with March buys that will excite anyone interested in a motorhome, a mini, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or park model. The 16-acre Motor Vacations Unlimited on US 20 in Elgin is having an open house through March 29th only. See the best at MVU professional RV folks who know the needs of RVers. They're there to help you. Refreshments, too. Motor Vacations Unlimited, located in Elgin.
Well, Dick Campbell, any early impressions on this one?
Well, both teams now are going man-to-man. That 2-3 zone that Effingham was playing, they They are now back out in the man-to-man. You're going to see a little more action now, I believe, and they're pushing that ball down the court. Wheaton is pressing full court man-to-man, so I think we're going to see a little more activity from here on.
Very few teams actually have played Effingham man-to-man because of the problem of guarding Uwe Blop.
Well, that's probably the reason you wouldn't play them, but this is Wheaton's best defense.
With the ball, the Effingham Flaming Hearts. The score is tied at 6. We're in the first period, 2:49 to go. Out front with it is Keller. There is Blop along the baseline. Short jumper is up and in. Nice feed to him. Blop put it up and in. 8-6. Nice soft-looking shot.
Well, they're playing in behind him back in there. Going to let him catch the ball, but I'm afraid he's going to wear him out. They do that all day.
Down the lane they come. That is Utterberg. He's in a little traffic, so he clears it out front to Torrey Larson. Now Holmes. Right side it goes to Fanning.
Help, help.
That is Larson. He is cut off there by Geckner, and he clears out front.
Help.
That is Holmes down the lane. Blop was there, so he has to pass it off in the corner, and the shot was missed. There the ball is knocked away by Wheaton Central, then lost out of bounds. It belongs to Effingham. Uwe kind of intimidates him in the lane. And Holmes went down the lane that time, had to kick it off to the side.
Yeah, he made a nice shot there for that wingman, though, as he drew Uwe to him and then kicked it out. It was a nice 15-footer, unmolested, but it didn't go down.
Bill Reinhardt into the ball game now, 6'2" junior for Wheaton Central. In the backcourt with it is Chuck Keller. He brings it down against Utterberg.
Reinhardt replaced John Holmes.
Looks out front, that is Keller. Underneath there is Blop in traffic, turnaround jumper, and he didn't make it this time, and they fight for the rebound. It goes to the floor, and Todd Fanning comes out of there with it. And he clears it to Utterberg. Utterberg in the corner, that is Lutzenkirchen. They're looking around at Todd Fanning.
This is a motion type offense, no set pattern, picking a lot of screening down on the baseline.
There's the ball thrown away. Kent Geckner comes out of there with it. Second turnover against Wheaton Central. 8-6 Effingham. 1:16 to go here in the first. They just look underneath all the while. There's the ball thrown away. They tried to jam it underneath and it's knocked away. Third turnover against Effingham. Todd Fanning with the ball, and he clears it to Utterberger, brings it down. On the side now is Larson. His jumper is good. And the score is tied at 8. We're in the final minute of the first period. Game number 1, the quarterfinals. For Effingham, that is Gail Higgs. 49 seconds to go now. Now Deeker, back to Higgs. Keller. They lob underneath for Geckner, off his hands, but then hit last by Wheaton Central. Will be Effingham ball. 42 seconds to go.
It's possible that Wheaton has not played against a strong post player like this all year, and they're going to have to adjust as the game goes on to the sag.
Keller inbounds it to Deeker. Back out front now to Higgs. On a hole for one with 38 seconds to go. Effingham and Wheaton Central tied 8-8. We're in the first period with 30 seconds to go now. Holding on to it for one shot.
With the score tied, it's a defensive responsibility, just as if you're behind, to come out and play. So if they choose to hold it, and officials warn them, they'll have to come out here also.
16 seconds, just throwing the ball around out front. Waiting for something to start. Here they go. 10 seconds now. Now 9. That is Geckner. He lost the ball off his hands. With it is Fanning. 4 seconds. Fanning's jumper is no good. Rebound. Effingham. That's the end of the first period. This score is tied 8-8. We'll continue our coverage of the Class AA quarterfinals in a minute.
Want more exciting meals? Try Azteca tortillas. Instead of bread, more fun than buns or rolls, or even crackers. Make dozens of fun-filled, inexpensive nutritional meals and snacks, like casseroles, or even sour cream enchiladas. Get America's favorite fresh tortillas today. Azteca tortillas, flour or stone ground corn. For dinners and snacks, so easy to fix, taste so good, and cost so little. In your grocer's dairy case, Azteca tortillas.
Hurry! Ford and your participating Ford dealers' 10% cash assistance program ends March 21st. Right now, Ford will send you back 10% of the base vehicle sticker price on roomy new 81 Fairmonts, 10% back on hot new Mustangs, 10% back on beautiful new Ford Granadas, and 10% back on 81 Thunderbirds. Ford's 10% cash assistance. Hurry, you must order by March 21st.
Get 10% from Ford.
Back at the Assembly Hall, I'm Jim Turpin with Frank Bissoni and Dick Campbell. Dick, does it appear to you that Wheaton Central has changed its game plan at all because of the loss of George Turner? I mean, the way they would ordinarily play on either offense or defense.
I think definitely they have. Torrey Larson is going to try to score a little bit more. He's their top scorer. It's a matter of how you try to take up that slack, and hopefully you don't disrupt your unity. Both teams played a little tense there in that first quarter, I thought.
All right, the tip is controlled by Effingham. In the corner with it is Deeker. Back out front, Higgs, and now Keller. Now Higgs. Side to Keller. He's open for that shot, and he didn't make it. They block out well, don't they? And Lutzenkirchen comes up with a rebound for Wheaton Central. They shot Uwe and the other big Effingham players off the board that time on that rebound. That is Larson. I beg your pardon, Lutzenkirchen. Lutzenkirchen on the short jumper in a 10-8 ball game now. Wheaton Central on top by 2.
Yeah, he's being guarded by Uwe, and he stepped out on the court, and Uwe didn't come out after him, so they may be able to do that a few more times.
In that first quarter, Wheaton shot 44% from the field, and Effingham shot 57%. Now they get the ball down in close, and Blop scores.
No, Geckner. Geckner on the score.
10-10 tie. 7:01 to go. We're in the second period. Yeah, they're holding it on to it, working very, very slowly. In the corner, Unterberg. Started by Higgs. Open, jumper up and in. That is Torrey Larson.
Obviously, Wheaton Central is going to have to shoot the 10-footer or the 12-footer. They're not going to shoot many layups with the goalie back there. I think that's their game anyway. I don't think they're an inside power team.
Oh, there is Blop underneath. He makes a good move. He can't get the ball in the hole, though. It's a 12-10 game. Wheaton Central in front. And with the basketball. With it is Unterberg. Now Larson. They lob it underneath. Shot is up. Shot is missed by Unterberg. Ball knocked out of bounds by Effingham. It belongs to Wheaton Central. Taking a look at the first quarter stats, these two ball clubs. Wheaton 4 of 9, Effingham 4 of 7 from the field. Pretty good shooting by both teams. 12-10, Wheaton Central on top. 6:12 to go here in the first half. With it is Guy Unterberg. And he gets it off to Fanning. He's going to bring him out again.
Well, looks like that closed fist is a signal for their four corners or their slowdown.
With it is Todd Fanning. He goes to the corner, now backs off on that dribble. Throw it over the top to Larson. In the corner, man wide open. Jump shot is up. Didn't make it. And the rebound is fought for, and Wheaton Central comes out of there with it. With it is Unterberg. And then Fravik is going to be called. The ball belongs to Effingham. The Flaming Hearts trail by 2, 12-10, with 5:41 to go for the half. Bringing the ball down is Chuck Keller for the Flaming Hearts. Almost a steal, but not quite. Deeker gets it back. Side it goes to Higgs. His shot is up and in. Score tied at 12. That is Gale Higgs, a 6-foot senior. His first points in the ball game. 5:24 for the half. They're palming the ball is going to be called.
Back-to-back turnovers. Back-to-back makes it 4 turnovers apiece.
That was Guy. 5:22 to go.
That was Guy Unterberg on the turnover. He had a cast removed from his fractured thumb on March 2nd. He was out February 7th to 2nd of March.
Lob in, Uwe blops. Short jumper is up and in, and Effingham is back on top now. 14-12. 5:08 for the half. In the corner with it is Lutzenkirchen. That is Fanning. On the side, they're working around. Back out front to Lutzenkirchen. And he's going to pump the long jumper over Blop, and he made it. Hit the rim, bounced up, and fell in. 14-14 tie.
I think he can get that kind of shot all day. He's a 46% shooter, and I don't know whether he gets that out there, but that shot will be there because I don't think Uwe will come out and play him.
With the ball, Deeker to Keller, to Higgs. He's open. They're leaving him open, and he didn't make it. The rebound is pulled out of there by Todd Fanning, and he clears it to Lutzenkirchen. Now he waits, hands the ball back to Unterberg. Score tied at 14, 4:19 to go here in the second quarter. Fanning on the side to Lutzenkirchen. underneath. Shot is up. Shot is blocked from behind. The rebound is pulled out of there and pushed up and pushed in. That is Lutzenkirchen. 16-14. Wheaton Central on top by 2. Lutzenkirchen has scored 8. 3:59 to go for the half.
Look at that double team on the big man inside. They're fronting him all the way with Lutzenkirchen in behind him.
Looking underneath. There is Keller's jumper up. He didn't make it. Gets his own rebound, and a foul is called on that rebound. It's on Effingham. And picking it up is Kent Geckner.
We'll take another look at that shot from that side. They're leaving that wing open over there. Keller puts it up. Puts up a knuckleball. Ball doesn't spin, and he's short with it. And then a foul coming over the shoulder.
Now, the Country Company's insurance and its nearly 1,000 agents here in Illinois are happy to be a part of this telecast, and we hope that you're enjoying the action.
Todd Arnold in the ball game for Effingham. He's a 5'9" junior who wears number 11.
Wheaton Central on top here by 2, 16-14, 3:36 to go. That is Torrey Larson to Lutzenkirchen. In the corner, Fanning. Lutzenkirchen. 3:23 to go now for the half. Wheaton Central on top by 2. 16-14. They lob underneath. The man is open. Then the ball is knocked away from behind. And knocking it away is Todd Arnold, who just came into the game. 5 turnovers against Wheaton Central. That is Geckner. To Deeker. His shot is around and in. 16-16 tie with 3 minutes to go. Deeker has now scored 6.
We've had a couple balls roll around in there. Those rims are very loose. That new tearaway rim gives for a lot of play on the ball on the rim. We've had 2 or 3 rollers.
Deeker had 25 points in the super sectional win over East St. Louis.
With it in the corner is Larson. Back out front it comes to Lutzenkirchen. He's looking for that jumper. He's been very successful so far. Now John Holmes, guarded there by Higgs. With it is Bill Reinhardt. Working around the outside, 16-16 tie with 2:20 to go underneath. There's a foul call, a push-off on Bill Reinhardt, trying to clear himself to get that pass pushed off. And he picks up the foul. Now let's take time out for this message.
This is good ground. Got 100 bushel corn last year right here. Could have got more. Had rootworms real bad. But this year, we'll use Furadan. Farm tests and university tests all tell you. Switch from phosphates to Furadan, and you'll kill more rootworms.
What are you worried about, Dad?
Not a thing, son. Not a thing.
Switch from phosphates to Furadan and kill more rootworms.
You can pay more for shoes, but you can't buy better than the factory shoe outlets.
No matter what your sport, now at the Factory Shoe Outlet, there's a whole new way to go. At the Factory Shoe Outlet, you can save up to 50% on almost every nationally advertised brand of athletic shoes that you can think of. So why should you pay more?
But don't be a chump, champ. Be a winner. Where?
The Factory Shoe Outlet.
2400 Greenleaf in Elk Grove Village. Tell your chauffeur it's between Bussey and Elmhurst Road, sport.
Back at the Assembly Hall, I'm Jim Turpin with Frank Basotti and Dick Campbell. We have 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining to be played here in the half. There's that play just a moment ago where Bill Reinhardt pushed off. Good call. And the ball belongs to Effingham. That's Reinhardt's first foul. Flaming Hearts will bring it down. That is Gale Higgs, 6-foot senior. Those 2 guards haven't scored a lot, have they, Dick Campbell?
Wheaton's going to a 1-3-1 now. They can still get that front and back arrangement on block. 31 is in there on top of him, Larson.
They get the ball into Geckner, and a foul is called underneath on Wheaton Central. Geckner's a big one. He is 6'7", a junior. Todd Fanning picks up the foul. That is his first. They'll make it his second. They get the ball into Blopp. He's wide open, up and in. 18-16, Effingham on top by 2. 1:54 to go. John Holmes lobs it on the side under Berg. Back out front to Lutzenkirchen. Now a good drive, Larson. His shot is off the board. It's around and in. Oh, he had a little English on that and rolled around, but it fell in. Ties it at 18 with 1:37 to go in the first half. Gail Higgs for Effingham down the lane. He is wide open for about an 8-footer right in front of the basket, and he makes it. The Flaming Hearts now back in front by 2, 20-18.
I think the Hart guards are going to have to score to take some of the pressure on that back line off.
Here is Larson getting the ball to Lutzenkirchen. In the corner, that is Todd Fanning. Lutzenkirchen. There's a man wide open. Larson got it. Score tied at 20 with 1:10 to go in the first half. 8 points for Larson.
He's their top scorer. He averages 14 a game.
They look underneath. They get the ball to Deeker. His shot is up. He did make a rebound. Wheaton Central. 57 seconds to go now. And Coach Don McGee is up. He may be calling for one shot here. 20-20 tie with 48 seconds to go. Think they'll hold it that long?
Oh, I think they'd definitely like to go in with nothing worse than a tie.
Lutzenkirchen out front. 38 seconds now. 36. Just holding on to it. That is Todd Fanning.
Look for Torrey Larson or Todd Fanning to take that last shot.
25 seconds now. The score is tied at 20. First quarterfinal game. Wheaton Central against Effingham. Wheaton Central holding on to it here. 14 seconds. Now 13. With it is Holmes. Now 10 seconds. Lutzenkirchen. Down the lane. Falling down is Unterberg, and he is fouled with 5 seconds to go.
Fouled by, I think, Todd Arnold.
Todd Arnold, the 5'9" junior, picks up the foul.
Still not in the 1-and-1. It'll be a side out of bounds with 5 seconds to go.
20-20 tie. 5 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. Ball is inbounded. That is John Holmes. 3 seconds, 2 seconds in the corner. Fanning, long jumper. He didn't make it. So this score is tied here at halftime. Wheaton Central 20 and Effingham 20. One of your network sponsors is DeKalb Ag Research.
You can depend on Myrtle for an egg every day.
And Vigor from XL 55A.
You can depend on Grandma for the best cherry pie.
And XL 55A to be dry. You can depend on Clara for a calf every May.
And big yields with XL 55A.
You get Yield Plus from DeKalb.
Jackie O's on this week's People, and she's inside People, too.
In 9 pages of the best-selling Maria Callas biography.
And the conflicting role these powerful women played in Onassis' life.
I thought I understood that triangle, till I read People.
People also tells the good and bad results of Lonnie Anderson's fabulous success on WKRP.
That doctor who pioneered in saving premature babies tells how.
Plus a week's worth of news about the people we're talking about, so treat yourself.
Treat your family.
To the truth about people
in this week's People. Dozens of features.
But first read People's bonus book with things you never knew about Jackie O, Callas, or Onassis.
Back at the Assembly Hall, Wheaton Central into this ball game with a season's record of 25-5, and they're against the Effingham Flaming Hearts at 27-3. And this has just been one of those games where it's just been back and forth all the time. Scarcely more than 3 or 4 points separating these two clubs. And they've done a pretty good job in Uwe Blab, actually. It's a much smaller ball club, with Wheaton Central, but they've been sagging back in, and we think it's going to be necessary if those Effingham Flaming Hearts are to win this one, and those two guards out front, Gail Higgs and Keller, are able to score from out there. They're going to have to hit a couple and to kind of open things up. Quickly a look at the scoring for the two ball clubs. Effingham, Higgs has scored 4 points in the ball game. Deeker has a total of 6, and Uwe Blab has a total of 10 for the Effingham Flaming Hearts. Now looking at Wheaton Central. Lutzenkirchen has a total of 8. Larson has 8. Holmes has not scored. Unterberg has 2. And Fanning 2. Nobody in serious foul trouble. Lutzenkirchen just has 1, and Fanning has a couple. A reminder that one of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
The Spirit's alive. extra country mile.
An extra country mile.
The spirit's alive for all to see. The spirit of the country.
The spirit of the country. It's taking the time to listen. It's caring about others. It's doing a little something extra. That's the spirit you live by. And at Country Companies Insurance, it's the spirit we do business by. With insurance for your life, health, home, auto, farm, or business.
The spirit's alive for all to see. The spirit of the Country Companies.
The spirit's alive at Country Companies.
Write down this phone number.
I was just getting ahead. Then I lost my job. Couldn't pay my bills. I needed a lawyer to protect me. So I joined CSO. My lawyer got me a bankruptcy. Now I have a chance to start over.
Join the thousands of people in CSO. Now with lawyers in the Loop, suburbs, and northern Indiana. Open days, evenings, and Saturdays, too. Call CSO, the prepaid legal group. 922-3000.
Tonight, and our halftime guest is the very successful head basketball coach of Lyons Township High School in LaGrange, Ron Nikovich. Ron, congratulations on another fine season for you and your team.
Thank you very much, Frank. It was a great year, and we're very happy with the way things went, except, of course, for last Tuesday's game.
Ron, you had the privilege of coaching an undefeated championship team in the IHSA in 1970, and the word is we might have another one this year.
Well, that's what we've been hearing around here, another undefeated team. Everyone is talking very highly about the Quincy Blue Devil team. Apparently, they're very highly talented. They had the experience of being here before. They have tradition in their corner as well. But as you know, Frank, that ball takes a funny bounce from time to time, and one never knows.
I can testify to this tall gentleman here's coaching ability. We're in the same conference, and Ron does a super job every year. Ron, you just finished playing in the super sectional against this Wheaton team. Of course, it was a big blow that their center went down with a knee injury. How are they different in the way they're playing in this first half than they were when they played against you?
The strong suit of the Wheaton Central team, I think, is the team concept, Dick, that they employ. And as you know, with the team concept, when a team uses that approach, that philosophy, and someone does get hurt, it doesn't seem to hurt them that much. Now, I don't know the Wheaton Central team that well, of course. We saw them in their recent games. They're playing extremely well, I think, in this first half, and I think the tempo of this game is much like the tempo of our own game. As a matter of fact, as I recall, our score was 21-21 at the half, and here we are with a 20-20 tie at the half. George Turner's a fine player, but I think Coach McGee is doing a lot to compensate for his loss, and I think the importance of the team concept is shown here. I really don't think they're hurt that much.
I felt that they used that first quarter to scout them just a little bit. I see them dropping off out in front off of one of those wings, and certainly you look at the statistics, and that back line of Effingham has been the big scorer all year for them. They're a good defensive team, aren't they? Wheaton Central plays the good man-to-man.
They really do. They go out to deny the pass, and of course they're doing a very good job. And a big redhead out there who incidentally is one whale of a basketball player. It's the first time I've seen him play, and I'm very impressed.
You know, he had kind of a joy about his play last year. I guess his first time into the Assembly Hall, his first year of playing American basketball. He's a little more serious now. I hope that's not anything of a negative nature, that he can retain that joyful approach that he took last year.
He reminds me of another big redhead who played out west. And the first time I set eyes on Bill Walton, I thought, my God, this enthusiasm and talent is incredible. And this redhead is much the same way in terms of initial impression that I have of him.
Ron, I know that we only have a half a minute or so here, but you are the president of the Illinois High School Basketball Coaches Association, and they do an awful lot of good for our basketball in the state.
Yes, we have our Hall of Fame and, of course, our All-Star game coming up this summer, and we're hopeful, of course, of having these kinds of players in our All-Star game to showcase them once again to the great fans of Illinois and a great tradition that we have in basketball here, Frank.
Well, Ron, we thank you for taking time to come and visit with us, and all the best to you. We'll look forward to having you down here soon again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's Ron Nikovich, the head coach of Lyons Township High School. Now let's go to Jim Turpin.
All right, thank you very much, Frank Fasoni. We are at halftime. It's a 20-20 ball game. The shooting percentages for these two ball clubs in that first half, Wheaton was 10 of 19 for 53%. They were charged with 5 turnovers, and they had 10 rebounds. For Effingham, they made 10 of 18, 56%, charged with 4 turnovers and 6 rebounds for the Flaming Hearts. Again, a look at the scoring for Effingham. Higgs had a total of 4 points. Uwe Blob, the big center, we said a little while ago they were doing a good job on him, and I think they are, but yet he still got 10 points, and Deeker had 6. The leading scorer for Wheaton Central, Larson, with 8, and Lutzenkirchen had also a total of 8. One of your network sponsors is DeKalb Ag Research.
Acres of gold keeping America going.
Hey, Mom, when do we eat?
Acres of gold keeping the trade winds blowing.
Go on. Thanks, Grandpa.
Acres of gold keeps the economy growing.
I'm gonna sit by you, Grandma.
It's a great feeling knowing we've got acres of gold.
DeKalb, as much a part of American farm life as having supper with the family.
It's a great feeling knowing we've got acres of gold.
Hello again, everybody. This is Milo Hamilton inviting you to join me along with Hall of Fame bowler Carmen Salvino. You'll be with us for the 6th annual Junior Star Bowling Championship. That's Saturday afternoon, March 21st from 3:30 to 5. See Chicago's most outstanding young bowlers compete for the Midwest's most coveted junior title right here on Chicago's Station for Sports, Channel 9.
Watch the 6th annual Junior Star Bowling Championship Saturday afternoon at 3:30 here on Channel 9.
We're happy to have you watching our telecast of the boys Class A state finals. As you can see, the fans having fun, and we appreciate the fine comments we've had in the past from so many of you around the state. If you have comments or suggestions, we'd be glad to hear from you. Write basketball, Box 577, Bloomington, Illinois, 61701.
We're at halftime, a 20-20 tie. The Effingham Flaming Hearts, coached by Jim Maxidon, 27-3 on the year against Wheaton Central, 25-5, coached by Don McGee. Dick Campbell, what do you look for here in half number 2? Anything either one of these ball clubs going to do differently?
Well, I think that Wheaton wants to stay in a position that they're in right now. They're either tied or not let the game get away from them. As long as they can be close, they can have their tempo control, and they can do what they want as far as when they put it up. The pressure's not on them to put the ball up and try to get back in the game. So they'll try to do it about the same way offensively, and I imagine we'll see a couple different defenses.
Both ball clubs with the same starting lineups that started the first half. Mike Lutzenkirchen, Torrey Larson, John Holmes, Guy Unterberg, and Todd Fanning for Wheaton Central. Geckner, Deeker, Blopp, Keller, and Higgs for Effingham. Uwe Blopp jumping, and the tip, though, was controlled by Torrey Larson. Then it's deflected and picked up by Effingham. And with it is Chuck Keller. In the Blopp, turnaround, little soft hook is up and in. Good-looking shot.
Well, that's a point-blank shot, isn't it, right there?
You bet. One thing you might note is that Effingham got out-rebounded in the first half, and Blopp only had 1 rebound.
There's a steal by the Flaming Hearts to give the ball to Keller. He lays it up, and he missed it. But the rebound is up by Higgs, and good. Good follow by Gail Higgs. 24-20 Effingham.
Well, there's that 4-point bulge that can sort of change things now.
Full court pressure being employed here by Effingham, but they beat it. And the jumper is up, and the jumper is in by John Holmes. 24-22 Effingham now. A lot of action to start the third period. They get the ball into Higgs, and a foul is going to be called against number 13, John Holmes of Wheaton Central, his first. Ball belongs to Effingham, inbound along the sideline. Right in front of Radio Row over there. And bringing the ball down is Keller for Effingham. Across the line, he comes to the right side, being dogged in the man-to-man defense by Wheaton Central. They're looking underneath to Uwe. He gets it. Turnaround jumper blocked from behind, and a foul is called. That is on Torrey Larson. Larson picks it up. That's his first.
Yeah, you see that they've got him sandwiched in here, and Torrey comes on in and tries to get a piece of the ball. He had done it earlier and flicked it away, but they got a part of the body as he was getting up at the ball. Lutzenkirchen is staying in there behind him and keeping him blocked off the boards.
Uwe Blopp going to the line. 24-22. His team, Effingham, leads Wheaton Central. He's just a 55% foul shooter, but he made that.
And that's the first free throw attempted in this game.
25-22 now. Effingham on top. Uwe is listed at 7'2". A lot of people think he's an inch or so taller than that.
Who can measure it?
The ladder. It's short. He missed the second. And the ball belongs to Wheaton Central. They bring it down trailing 25-22. With it is Underberg. They whip around the right side. Fanning. Now to Lutzenkirchen. Uwe comes out on him. Underberg in the corner. Nice move. Shot is up. Shot is missed, though, and the rebound is fought for, and a foul is going to be called here on Wheaton Central.
It's on Fanning.
Fanning gets his third foul. The ball belongs to Effingham with 6:37 to go in the third period. Effingham on top by 3, 25-22.
Probably should give Todd Fanning a lot of credit for the 6 rebounds he got in the first half. He stands 6'1".
Ball is in the corner to Geckner. Back out front, Keller. They lob for Uwe. Baseline jumper, he didn't make it. And the rebound is pulled out of there by Todd Fanning. Another one.
Most of Uwe's shots have come on the left side. He's only come back with that right hook to the right side once.
Shot Larson, didn't make it. Flop, rebound, Effingham. Gets the ball off to Gale Higgs. Higgs across the line. That is Keller. Lob underneath. Geckner. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Geckner. He hit Todd Fanning trying to clear himself to catch that pass. Let's take a look at it again.
Get the shove off right there. Hit him with the elbow. Hit him right in the face, and that's what he's down with. He was hit in the face with that elbow coming across, trying to defend, lead the cutter to the ball.
That is Todd Fanning, 6'1" senior. A little stunned for a moment. Looks like he'll be okay. And he's got it right in the chops, didn't he?
It was good defensive play. He was between the ball and the spot that the cutter was trying to get to, and drew the contact.
He's going to take a little rest here, though, and Bill Reinhardt has come on for him. Ball belongs to Wheaton Central. 6:07 to go in the third period. It's Effingham 25, Wheaton Central 22. Second game this afternoon sends top-rated Quincy undefeated in 30 games against Antioch with a record of 23-5. Wheaton Central with the ball, and again the full court pressure by the Flaming Hearts. That is John Holmes, cut off by Keller. 25-22 the score. Effingham on top. Lutzenkirchen gets the ball to Underberg. He drives along the baseline, good drive, but Uwe just blocks the shot and takes it out of midair, but he's standing on the baseline. He blocked it and caught it, but he was on the baseline, out of bounds.
The value of the hoop defender.
Let's look at the big guy in action.
Gets up, blocks the ball, keeps it in play, catches it, but those size 13s were standing on the end line.
There's a good steal by Keller for Effingham. Down the court he comes and now stops as nothing develops. He gets the ball to Deeker and back to Keller. 25-22. Effingham on top. Deeker to Keller. That is Gale Higgs. And he didn't make it. The rebound is pulled out of there, though, by Geckner. Now to Deeker. His shot is rimmed it. Almost went in. Popped out of there, and the rebound is pulled down by Wheaton Central. 25-22 Effingham. 5:12 to go in the third period. It was a 20-20 tie at halftime. And Wheaton Central wants a timeout here with 5:08 to go. And Effingham on top, 25-22. We'll continue our coverage of the Class AA quarterfinals in a minute.
If I were a carpenter and you were a lady... Oh, hello. Would you look at this gorgeous family room? The beautiful wood paneling, the ceiling, the floor. Yes, it's been completely redesigned thanks to First Metropolitan Builders. My husband said, Trixie, you're the queen of our castle. Our family and home come first. Sure, we were afraid to remodel, afraid of today's high prices, but Chicago was very fortunate to have First Metropolitan Builders. They're one of the Midwest's largest home remodelers. They came out, gave us a free estimate on remodeling our family room, and at a price that was very affordable. Having First Metropolitan Builders remodel our family room was the best investment we ever made. So call 282-8600, First Metropolitan Builders. Credit terms available, 24-hour service, suburbs within 50 miles. So call collect 282-8600, First Metropolitan Builders. You won't be sorry. Jasper, more champagne.
Let's pause now 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WGN Television 9 in Chicago.
Back at the Assembly Hall, the ball belongs to Effingham. You're looking at Wheaton Central coach Don McGee with the Wheaton Central. Back out front it comes to Lutzenkirk. Now to Reinhardt, to Lutzenkirk. 25-22. Effingham on top, 4:55 to go here in the third period. Lutzenkirk guarded by Uwe. To Reinhardt. On the side now, Larson. Back out front, Lutzenkirk. The motion offense, once again, by Wheaton Central, looking for something underneath, nothing developing. Get the ball to Reinhardt.
That timeout was a well-taken one this last time by Don McGee. They needed to handle that ball a little bit because they've been coming down, putting it up a little quick, not much happening, and they want to get back to their control of the tempo. They need a bucket here to get back within reach again.
That is Reinhardt, Lutzenkirk. 4:14 to go for the third period, 25-22, Effingham on top. The winner of this will meet the winner of the Quincy Antioch game tomorrow afternoon in the first semifinal. Lutzenkirk gets the ball up to Reinhardt. Dick, they want to get in there and get a shot if they can, or they just run some time off the clock, you think?
I think they're trying to run a little time off, and they'll try to get a good 15-footer. They don't get it inside that much. It's going to be a 15-footer they'll end up with, I think. Maybe a 20-footer.
3:39 to go.
Here's a guy that ought to take it here. Torrey Larson, their leading scorer.
Larson is guarded there by Kent Geckner. That is Utterberg, and now to Lutzenkirk. To Larson. Tries to bounce the ball underneath, and it's kicked out of bounds by Effingham.
Uwe Blob's coming out a little further in this half than he did in the first half in guarding Lutzenkirk.
Todd Fanning back in the ball game now, and Bill Reinhardt has gone out for Wheaton Central. Then it comes to Torrey Larson. 3:22 to go. Back out front with it now, that is John Holmes. Just holding on to it here with 3:17 to go for the period, and Effingham on top, 25-22. Now they take the shot. It's up and it's good. That is Todd Fanning. His average on the year is 11.3. Got that one down. It's now a 25-24 game. Effingham leads.
So they ran 2 minutes and 3 seconds off on the clock and ended up with a basket, and now they're just one down. That's exactly what you have to do in tempo control.
Bringing the ball down the court is Don Deeker. Now at Keller. On the side it goes to Deeker. Back to Keller. They look underneath for Uwe. Flop shot is up. He didn't make it. Rebound fought for, and a foul is going to be called underneath on Deeker.
The effect of it, of course, is that it affects the offense at the other end. We'll have a look at that foul. Pass back inside the flop, and he put the short jumper up. Came off on the backside, and Deeker came back in, tried to get up over the shoulder, and didn't have position.
All right, the press is on for Effingham. The ball is across the line to Todd Fanning in the corner. 2:39 to go. Wheaton Central can take the lead with a basket here. They cross court it. That is Holmes. He's free. His shot is good.
Holmes to the jumper.
4 points in the game for Holmes. 2:21 to go. 26-25. Wheaton Central underneath flop. The ball has it deflected and picked out of there by Unterberg. And he walks it down. Guy Unterberg for Wheaton Central. They lead it 26-25 now, and now they're really going to hold on to it.
Back to that twist call. They want to go down into the end of the quarter with the lead in the last shot. Played inch by inch.
26-25, Wheaton Central on top with 1:46 to go. We're in the third period. The score was tied 8-8 at the end of the first period, 20-20 at halftime. Hudson Perkin with it, 1:33 to go. Now Larson. Now it goes to Todd Fanning. They look underneath. Short jumper is up and good. That is John Holmes. 28-25. Holmes has now scored 8. Effingham with it. Neil Higgs. Back out front to Keller. They lob the Uwe. Stolen away by Corey Larson. 6 turnovers against Effingham. 1 minute to go now for the third period. 28-25 is the score. Wheaton Central holding onto the ball. With it is Holmes. He gets it to Fanning. That is Todd Fanning with 50 seconds to go. Now Larson looking down the lane and stood out front. Hudson Perkin. 42 seconds. Wheaton Central leading by 3 with the ball. Uwe comes out on him a little bit. Hudson Perkin gives it to Larson. Now to Todd Fanning. 28 seconds to go. Third period. Wheaton Central 28, Effingham 25.
They pulled Uwe away from that basket a little bit. Somebody might be able to get in behind him for a layup here.
Hudson Perkin on the roll. Hands it to Todd Fanning. Now 14 seconds. Now 12. With it is Underberg. They lob underneath Fanning. Along the baseline. 4 seconds now. And he is out of bounds with the ball that belongs to Effingham with 3 seconds to go in the third period. Back in the ball game for Effingham is Todd Arnold. And he has replaced Chuck Keller. 28-25. Ball is inbounded. That is Arnold. Deep pass. Not going to have a chance to get the shot off. That's the end of the third period with Wheaton Central on top here. 28-25. One of your network sponsors is DeKalb Ag Research.
You can depend on Wally when your horses need hay.
And big yields with XL 72 AA.
You can depend on this farm for some real fertile ground.
And XL 72 AA to dry down.
You can depend on Betty when you're out in the fields.
An XL 72 AA for big yield.
You get yield plus from DeKalb.
Every year, high-powered talent scouts come here on a recruiting mission. They're not after quarterbacks or 7-foot basketball centers. They're looking for electronics graduates of DeVry Institute. They represent some of the leading electronics companies in America. DeVry trains you for a career in electronics and helps you find that important first job. A lot of the time, we help that first job find you. Call 346-7477 for a free copy of this brochure. That's DeVry Institute at 346-7477.
Back at the Assembly Hall, just 8 minutes to be played in this first quarterfinal game, and it's a 3-pointer. Wheaton Central on top of Effingham, 28-25. Uwe Blopp jumping against Corey Larson. In that third period, Wheaton Central shot 54% and Effingham 48%. That's for the ball game. Pretty good shooting for these two clubs. There's the tip once again. It is controlled by Central, but the ball goes to Effingham. Larson got his hands on that ball first, and now Effingham is in a little traffic jam. With it is Deeker. Back out front it comes to Gail Higgs. He holds and takes a look on the right side now to Todd Arnold. To Higgs. 28-25. They need a basket here. Down the lane, Higgs. Right underneath. He lays it up. He didn't make it. And a foul is going to be called underneath. And it's a charge.
Yeah, Holmes out there is playing two guards. Yeah, and he broke it down when the ball came back to him. He drove down the lane and drew the charge. Right, they did charge.
28-25. Wheaton Central leads it here. Here they come down 2-on-1 against Uwe. They get the ball in the corner. Short jumper is up, and they didn't make. That is Fanning missing, and Effingham has the rebound. With it is Higgs.
That was a good shot, though. They didn't slow that down. They had a good shot. They didn't have to mess around with it. They were able to get right up to it, just didn't make it.
There is Deeker. He's free for the jumper, and he got it. Don Deeker averaging 12.7 on the year, cuts it to 1. 28-27. Deeker has scored 8. Wheaton Central with the ball. Bringing it down is Lutzenkirchen. In traffic. They finally clear it now to Torrey Larson. Uwe cuts him off, and he bounces in the corner, and they bring it back out front. There's a foul going to be called on Todd Arnold.
DeKalb Ag Research and the more than 700 DeKalb dealers here in Illinois are pleased to be able to co-sponsor these IHSA telecasts.
6:49 to go for the game. Wheaton Central 28, Effingham 27. Wheaton Central's Todd Fanning will inbound it. He gets it into Lutzenkirchen. He hands it to Underberg. Now Fanning. Larson. Brings it out front to Lutzenkirchen, and Uwe is on him. .6:30 to go, 28-27. Wheaton Central on top and holding on to it here to get the good shot. With it is Lutzenkirchen. Uwe blob guarding him. On the side it goes to Holmes. Back to Lutzenkirchen. In the corner now to Fanning. Fanning guarded there by Deeker. Deeker is way out front. Now gets it back on the right wing. Cross courts the ball to Larson. Along the baseline, they cut him off there. And he clears it way out front again. That is Holmes. Off to Underberg. Lutzenkirchen to Holmes. 5:57 to go. 1-point game, 28-27. Lutzenkirchen drives, he bumps it off the board, and he didn't make it. Almost in there, but popped out, and Blopp has the rebound, and Effingham can go in front with a basket. With it is Arnold. In the corner, Geckner. Lob into Uwe. Blopp turnaround jumper is good. 29-28 now. Effingham by 1. 15 points for Uwe Blopp. Larson in a little traffic, but they clear it off to John Holmes. Deep pass in the corner, Fanning. They cut him off. Now the shot is up, and the shot is good. That is Guy Underberg. And it's 30-29. Wheaton Central back in front by 1. 5:02 to go. We're in the fourth quarter. They lob in Uwe. Short jumper. Didn't make it. Partially deflected. Kent Geckner has the rebound. Underneath. Shot is up and off the board and in. That is Don Deeker. 31-30. Effingham by 1. 4:41 to go. First quarterfinal game. They beat the press with Torrey Larson, but Uwe is always down there. Ever-present Uwe cuts them off again. And now Wheaton Central wants a timeout with 4:28 to go. Effingham leading here 31-30. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
The Spirit's a light for all to see. The spirit of the country.
It's people caring enough to carry it through.
It's friendship crossing fences and reaching right out to you.
Reaching right out to you. The Spirit's a light for all to see. The spirit of the country.
The spirit of the country. It's helping when help is needed. It's going out of your way. It's doing more than you have to. That's the spirit you live by. And at Country Companies Insurance, it's the spirit we do business by. With insurance for your life, health, home, auto, farm, or business.
The Spirit's a light for all to see. The spirit of the Country Companies.
The spirit's alive at Country Companies.
Frank Bissoni along with Jim Turpin and Dick Campbell, and we welcome you wherever you're watching along the network line at WQRF in Rockford, KHQA in Quincy, WRAU in Peoria, WGN in Chicago, WHBF Rock Island, KNNL in St. Louis, WSIL Harrisburg, WICS Springfield, and WICD in Champaign.
Effingham leads it by 1, 31-30. With the ball, Wheaton Central. Controlling it is Guy Underberg. On the side it goes to Fanning. Now back out front, Lutzenkirchen. Uwe Blob guarding him. Lutzenkirchen beats him down the lane, then throws the ball on the side. Lutzenkirchen, the right side, it goes to Torrey Larson. Looking underneath. Trying to spring somebody there with Uwe. Now Uwe has dropped back and is not guarding Lutzenkirchen out on the court. He is back at the free throw line now. They get it underneath Larson. Misses the shot. Rebound, though, is pulled down by John Holmes. There's Larson again in the corner. Can't get the shot off. Back to Underberg. 3:44 for the game. 31-30 Effingham. Wheaton Central has it. Lutzenkirchen to Fanning. Fanning guarded by Deeker. To Lutzenkirchen guarded by Blah. Now they're going to hold on for a moment. 3:30 to go. 31-30 score. Effingham on top. Back out front, Lutzenkirchen to Fanning. On the side it goes now to Torrey Larson. Lutzenkirchen to Larson. 3:11 to go. Effingham leads it here by 1. Underneath, three-man layup, missed it. Underberg couldn't get it. Lutzenkirchen shot is good. They got it back, and Mike Lutzenkirchen pushed it home. And Wheaton Central's up by 132-31. Lutzenkirchen has scored 10. Effingham with the ball, 2:50 to go. That is Arnold to Higgs, to Geckner, to Arnold. Higgs, lob in, shot up, off the board and good by Uwe Block. 33-32, Effingham back in front by 1. 17 points for Uwe Block in the game. More than half his team's total. With it is John Holmes. Going to have to hurry here to get it across the line. Finally, they do to Underberg. In the corner, it goes to Larson. 2:19 to go now. Larson beats his man, lays it up, and lays it in. Beautiful baseline maneuver. 34-33. 10 points for Larson.
If they can shut them off this time down, Jim, they're in business. They're such a great ball handling team, and they're a super free throw shooting team. They're shooting 78, the 5 starters. 78 from the line.
1:59 to go. Flop, baseline, shot off the board, didn't make. Rebound, Wheaton Central. 1:50 to go. Wheaton Central with the 1-point lead and the ball.
Now they're going to get good pressure, and they're going to...
And now a timeout has been called with 1 minute and 44 seconds to go, and Wheaton Central on top here, 34-33. One of your network sponsors is the Cow Bag Research.
You can depend on Otto when the family's away.
And on DeKalb XL 32A.
You can depend on this spot for some really big bass.
And XL 32A to dry fast.
You can depend on this baby to start every day.
And big yields with DeKalb XL 32A.
You get Yield Plus from DeKalb.
Everyday low discount prices. No limits on quantities.
At Eagle, discount works because it's built on a solid foundation of no-nonsense programs, what we call the ABCs of discount. Put them together and they mean one thing, good food at a good price. Getting more food for less money has never been more important. With the ABCs of discount working for you at Eagle, it's in the bag.
Very quickly, look at the scoring for Wheaton. Holmes has 8, Fanning has 4, Underberg has 4, Larson 10, and Lutzenkirchen has 10. For Effingham, Higgs has 4, Flop has 17, and Deeker has 10. The ball belongs to Wheaton Central. 1 minute 44 seconds to go. Wheaton Central leads it by 1. Lutzenkirchen with the ball. And a little bit of pressure here by Effingham. 1:34 to go. Just going to hold on to it here. Lutzenkirchen gets the ball off to Fanning. Now to Underberg. Lutzenkirchen. Almost thrown away, but well, your heart almost stopped on that one, Dick Campbell. They threw it up there pretty high. They get the ball in the corner. That is Reinhardt along the baseline. He's not even looking at the basket now. Lutzenkirchen, 1:09 to go. 1-point lead for Wheaton Central here, 34-33. Lutzenkirchen down the lane, way out front. Effingham in the chase, under a minute now. Lutzenkirchen going to shoot it, and he made it.
Oh, great play. Great play. I don't think anybody thought he was going to shoot it. I think they thought he was just faking it.
36-33. Wheaton Central by 3 now. 49 seconds to go. Geckner. Side it goes to Higgs. Timeout Effingham. 42 seconds to go. Wheaton Central 36, Effingham 33. And we'll continue with our coverage of the Class AA tourney in a minute.
Tired of shopping from store to store for carpeting? Then stop and call Lincoln at National 2-9000. One call, and Lincoln will bring their store into your home with a showcase of samples of their all-new multi-leveled 100% nylon contemporary textured carpeting.
Call Lincoln at National 2-9000, and Lincoln brings you this gorgeous Quality Plus carpeting in 8 vibrant mix-and-match colors.
So save time, save energy, and save money now.
Call Lincoln now at National 2-9000 and get in on Lincoln's all-new low $198 price for 3 rooms full of beautiful carpeting. That's 34 square yards of quality and elegance for just $198 at Lincoln, excluding padding and installation. Real quality and value for less than $10 a month. Less than $10 a month.
So call now, and Lincoln will include a bonus 6-place-setting 24-piece tableware set by International Silver. Lincoln, the name in carpeting. Call now, National 2-9000. That's National 2-9000.
Here's that last basket by Lutzenkirchen coming down the lane. And he took it right to Uwe and drew up and put in about an 8-footer. It was a big, big basket.
It's a 36-33 game. Wheaton Central on top. 42 seconds to go. The ball belongs to Effingham. Inbound along the sideline. Don Deeker will throw it in.
Effingham is not in the 1-and-1 yet. They've got a couple fouls to give.
Now they inbound the ball, and immediately another timeout is called.
Flop was out of the game for that just moment. They had taken Uwe out of there.
What do you suppose that was all about, Dick Cannon?
I'll have to ask him afterwards. I don't really know, and I don't know why he took that timeout so quickly. Maybe he had to adjust equipment or something over there, and it was just a chance to get him out of there.
Wheaton Central leads it here 36-33. We have 41 seconds to go.
Country Companies Insurance and his nearly 1,000 agents here in Illinois are happy to be a part of this telecast, and we hope you're enjoying the action. We're happy to have you watching, and if you have any comments, we'd like to hear from you. Write basketball, Box 577, Bloomington, Illinois, 61701. We've got 41 seconds to go, and a real chiller in the first quarterfinal game as Wheaton Central leads Effingham by 3. Don't forget, coming up, Quincy against Antioch in the second game this afternoon, and then 2 good games tonight starting at 7.
41 seconds remain to be played in this one. It's a 36-33 game, and when play is resumed, Effingham will have the ball inbound along the side. Tonight's ball games will send New Trier East against Chicago Westinghouse at 7:15. Then Proviso East will play Moline. That's an 8:30 ball game. A lot of good basketball left, but nothing wrong with this one. This has been a good one. Good way to kick off the tournament.
Wheaton's got one more foul they can give.
That is Deeker. His jump shot is no good. Wheaton Central, they throw it away. They get the ball to Effingham underneath, and a foul is going to be called. It's on Wheaton Central.
Yeah, Torrey Larson banged in there from the backside. He definitely fouled.
34 seconds remain to be played. That's the 4th team foul on Wheaton Central. No free throw involved yet. It'll be Effingham ball inbound along the sideline once again. 34 seconds to go, 36-33. Then it comes to Higgs. Long jumper behind the key. Didn't make it. Rob with the rebound.
Rob over the top.
Fouling from behind. He is. He picks up the foul. Uwe Blopp from behind.
We'll see it again on the replay. Uwe's got to get after the ball. There's nothing else that he can do. That's a long bound out here. He came after it, reached over, didn't have position. Now, once again, Wheaton is just a super free throw shooting team, and they're shooting 78%, not on the season, but the 5 starters.
This is Torrey Larson. He has made 80% of his foul shots this year.
They were 29 out of 36 foul shooting in the super sectional game.
First free throw in the ball game for Wheaton Central. Comes with 29 seconds to go. He didn't make. Flop with a rebound for Effingham. Up it comes to Keller. 25 seconds. Effingham down by 3 with the ball. Higgs. They lob. They throw it away. And then a jump ball is called or a foul. A foul on Don Deeker. Thought that might be a jump ball call, but it was a foul.
And we put a 75% free throw shooter on the line. Here we see it again now. Again, Effingham's got to go after the basketball.
Deeker steps in there and commits the foul, and now 19 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. 36-33. Wheaton Central on top. And at the line will be Guy Unterberg, 6-foot senior. 37-33. We'll have one more. Got them both. 38-33, Wheaton Central. 18 seconds to go. Deep pass to Ube, off his hands, out of bounds. Ube took a look at the basket, I think. He wanted to get that ball and get the shot up there. He just lost control of it, took his eyes off of it a moment. It went out of bounds. That has sealed the doom, I'm afraid, for Effingham. 14 seconds to go. Wheaton Central on top, 38-33.
Effingham has only lost this season to East St. Louis, Lincoln, Vandalia, and Centralia. They finished second in the state last year as they lost to Chicago Manly. But they're looking down the barrel. 14 seconds left. It's Wheaton Central's ball and a 5-point advantage. Dick Campbell, take a look at some of the scoring. Uwe Blop, 17, and Deeker, 10, has been 27 out of Effingham's 33 points. And, you know, it's been pretty good balance for Wheaton Central, too, even without their starting center.
I think these 8 points from Holmes, the young man that came in the starting lineup, have really been crucial, and they've happened in this third quarter, in that second half.
Well, he averages 3 on the season as a non-starter. He steps in at the Assembly Hall for a start, replacing a 6'5.5" center, and gets the job done.
Well, Coach McGee has called some very tactical timeouts, 3 of them in the second half. Each time they were behind, and after they came off the timeout, they controlled the ball, got the lead back, and once again, he's got one more timeout. This ought to have been the last one, and they should have won the ball game with that 5-point lead with only 14 seconds.
Effingham, as Frank Tassoni pointed out, lost just 3 games this year. Wheaton Central is 25-5. Just 14 seconds away from being 26-5 and a berth in the semifinals. To play the winner of the Quincy Antioch game. Ball belongs to Wheaton Central. Todd Fanning will throw it in. And it comes to John Holmes. Holmes in traffic. They two-time him. He gets the ball down the lane. They're going for the shot. There's a block by Uwe Blop with 3 seconds to go. Gail Higgs long shot. Up, misses everything. And Wheaton Central has won this ball game. The final score is Wheaton Central 38 and the Flaming Hearts of Effingham 33. We'll be back in a minute. That one of your network sponsors is DeKalb Ag Research.